Hello, I'm so happy I got a hold of you. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Lucious Showcase. I am Lucious T, and welcome to week 3 of Action Hero Month. This week we're taking a look at an all-time classic movie and the NES game that's based on it. You already know what it is the title. Let's not waste any more time. Let's check it out. Longtime followers of the channel know I love me some Die Hard. It's my all-time favorite action movie. I even recreated the whole damn thing for my 25 Days of Lucious back in 2016. Had I known there was an NES game, I would have picked it up, no doubt. Even if I didn't pick up the Die Hard trilogy on the PS1. Now, by the time I did learn there was an NES game, it was already commanding a steep price. And people told me, don't buy it, save your money, it's not that good. Still, I needed it because I'm a toxic shelf collector that's raising the prices for everyone else. Huh, at least he's honest about that. Damn, man, I was gonna say that. You're getting too much of my screen time. This video is about to feature my star turn as Carl Winslow. Yeah, what the hell? That was supposed to be me. It was, but your dailies of saying, and the quarterback is toast, was too good. He's not wrong. Let's dive in.
There's a lot of games out there, some of which you've never even heard of. That's where I come in. I'm Lucious T. I've been playing games since the age of 2, and I have no life. This is Retroactive.
Die Hard is a unique top-down shooter. The gameplay takes place between the 31st floor and the roof, with the 30th floor opening up at the very end. It is also on a timer. Theo
hey, that's me!
will slowly work his way through the 6 locks on the vault, then the vault itself. Each lock takes about 3 to 4 minutes to crack, and certain actions can only be done on the early locks. Now, I never figured this out, but you can actually fire a rocket at the mainframe computer and slow down the timer. I only got to the 35th floor once in time to find the rocket and the blueprints in a different location, which freaked me out. Now, every time you change floors via the stairs, the timer runs down 30 to 40 seconds, meaning you need to use the elevator and the ventilation shafts to travel. Now, the game is remarkably faithful to the movie in a lot of ways. John needs to go to the roof to radio the police, Heinrich has the detonators, the 33rd floor is full of dangerous shattering glass, and you have a foot meter mechanic since you have no shoes. However, this is a video game, and only having 13 bad guys would not a good game make. Instead, John has to kill 40 baddies, including Hans. They are all generic looking and die in one hit, though some baddies get names from people in the movie like Marco, Franco, Fritz, and Carl is the only enemy that takes 2 hits to kill and is in white, though I use the C4 to make quick work of him. Just don't use the C4 on the 35th floor. Now, enemies usually come from the elevator, so you can plan ahead. There is also a sliding hockey puck flashbang like the one in the movie that stuns enemies temporarily and lets you take an easy shot. Careful though, enemies can use it on you too. Now, in addition to the flashbangs, enemies will typically use pistols or machine guns. Once you kill them, you get their weapons. If you go through a ventilation shaft, you lose your machine gun. So while it saves time, it also puts you at a disadvantage. Now, every playthrough is different, as enemies can spawn differently, but the scripting is always similar as far as when the police show up if you call them, when the Humvee gets blown up, when Hans sends goons after you, and when you can access the 30th floor and take out Hans. Now, I know I only played on beginner mode, but I thoroughly enjoyed my time playing this. John has a health meter and a foot meter. Health can be refilled by soda that enemies sometimes drop, refilling 1 health bar. You can also shoot up 1 of 3 vending machines and get a one-time health drop. Now, I also got a supply drop of soda on the roof once. No idea why. Now, the foot meter, on the other hand, constantly drains the more you move, especially if you move on glass. Now, you can make John run, but it drains the foot meter even faster. Now, once your foot meter is gone, you move around very poorly. I thought it was slow down at first until I saw the meter was empty. Now, you can find medkits to repair your feet throughout, but like the soda machines, they are limited. Another nice touch is once you kill a baddie, their body stays there until you exit the floor. So big battles show tons of carnage afterwards. This also makes the game a little unmanageable when you have too many enemies on screen. Slowdown gets horrible, and the not great shooting mechanic really shows. I found the best strategy was camping the elevator since it made a sound when it was about to open with an enemy. Now, I don't know how to open the elevator consistently myself, but running and shooting it enough times will eventually make it open. Trust me, you need to use the elevator to beat this game. Now there are several endings you can achieve. If you call the cops, keep the detonators, and kill Hans, you get the good ending, aka the movie ending. Now if you don't get or keep the detonators, the roof can still blow. Now when you get shot, you lose items and need to retrieve them. So that's how you can lose the detonators besides not killing Heinrich on floor 31. Now if you run out of time before killing Hans, the terrorists can escape in their little mini ambulance. Or, of course, you can die. Then the terrorists win and are exactly $640 million richer. Also be careful, you can walk off the building. Found that out the hard way. But as a fan of the movie, I really love the attention to detail with the tables on floor 34 and the glass on floor 33. There's even a Christmas tree proving once and for all this is a true holiday classic. It's a simple game and short, but sometimes simplicity in a game is nice. And the low expectations I had really helped too. Time for some Lucious metrics. Game design. Faithful. After playing True Lies and Alien 3, I was pretty surprised to see a game attempt to recreate the movie to the best of its ability. Sure, Carl Winslow is calling out enemies for you to find, and it's never explained how Hans got Holly, where the hostages are, or how Carl survived a C4 explosion. But for an NES game, I'm happy to fill in the pieces, and the alternate routes to victory really gave this game a nice sense of scope and satisfaction when I finally did beat it. Playability. Hobbled. Not gonna sugarcoat it, this game does not handle well, and the foot mechanic, while fitting, is incredibly annoying to deal with. I literally thought the game was broken when I first saw it. And while it's an inspired idea, it's not necessarily something I want to deal with. Aiming isn't the greatest either, and losing time by going up the stairs takes a little time to notice. Now this is not a friendly game to newcomers. The whole game needs to be learned, which is a short process, but also not one everyone will be willing to commit to. Cost of entry. Astronomical. I know I'm gonna shock people, but I don't regret what I paid for this game at all. I'm very happy to have this in my collection, and I love the gameplay and the brevity of the whole experience. Still, with copies running about $100, for most sane people, this game is not even remotely worth it. Like I said, Die Hard is my favorite movie, and playing an NES game that lets me live out Die Hard, sort of, not the sequels, is enough for me. Storytelling. Know the movie. Since a lot of the progress you can make comes from knowing what John did in the movie, you kinda need to know the movie. Still, who doesn't know Die Hard? Communists, that's who. Okay. The story's a little weak. Die Hard on the NES is not a great game. It does, however, still have merit. A lot more than people are willing to give it credit for, in my opinion. I don't know if Alien 3 just set the bar remarkably low, or if I really did enjoy my time playing this game. All I know is Die Hard passed my litmus test, and it will always have a spot in my collection. Taking all that into account from the perspective of a binge-playing game finisher, I give this my Lucious T recommendation of beat it. I think I said beat it. Did I say play it? Just go. Yep. And there you have it. That's it for this week, guys. Thank you for joining me. Wow, what a great game this was. I really enjoyed Die Hard. It's not a long game. It's not a hard game. I didn't play it on hard mode, but still, it's good for an afternoon. I know it's really expensive, so definitely this is one to emulate, but I really enjoyed it. A lot more than I thought I was going to. Then again, I'm a big fan of the movie, and I know that helped. So let me know if you've played Die Hard. Let me know if what you guys think of it. And then for next week, the final week of Action Hero Month, this game is let's say I might be getting a little too young for this game, or a little too old for it. It'll make sense next week. Anyways, guys, as a reminder, I release a new video every Tuesday. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can actually see my videos. And once again, it's been so nice getting a hold of you. Take care.